Join me and my co-hosts Dan Pohl, Ray Hearn, Joe Charles, and Kevin Frisch as we discuss the tours, training, and places to play. We have it all on video up at UpNorthSportsRadio.com on the Features tab. Find your fairways thanks to Boyne Golf and PXG Clubs.
The next chapter of Michigan football is here.
And he's in the clear! Going the other direction! No doubt about it! Outside the numbers to the 10 to the 5! Touchdown, Wolverines!
Two iconic brands collide on Saturday as the Wolverines head to Oklahoma. Kickoff is at 7:30 on your home for Wolverines football.
The U of M Wolverines play this week on 100.3 WQON. The U of M Wolverines, Q100 Michigan.
Good morning, Northern Michigan, and welcome to Friday Faceoff here on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY. And our Facebook page, if you want to see some ugly guys talking about sports, we invite you to see that. Jerry Coyne, Rich Calkins, and special guest Gordon Miller. Ran into Gordon doing some recording in Traverse City, and Gordon has a extensive background in sports talk. Gordon, introduce yourself to our audience.
I'm Gordon. Well, you know, does Jerry always start by saying that the pictures of the three of us are
right?
You know, disgustingly homely, and that's a great intro, Jerry. I really appreciate it.
Well, Gordon grabbed me with the washed-up jocks of America. No one's more washed up than me.
Well, you know, I did a sports club back in the '80s called the Washed Up Jocks of America. We brought it back in 2002 down in Raleigh and did a 1K walk with a beer keg at the end.
There you go, 1K.
1K, right? Yeah, that's
There you go. That's about
my speed. Yeah, exactly. 1K is good.
When we got there, when we got to the site for
the keg?
1K, there was a vote taken and they went straight to the keg. So the 1K kind of dropped off. It wasn't required, but they do now down in Raleigh have beer chug races.
Yeah.
Where you throw up all the time, and that was based on
the Iron Pig does that during. So yeah. So
yeah, we kind of take credit for maybe being the first beer walk. Didn't run.
Beer run. Yeah. Beer jog.
Yes.
But one of the podcasts I do down in Raleigh that I guest on, the OG podcast, they do the beer run. They started doing the beer run a few years after we had that event, and yeah, pretty much it's the worst non-athletic event you could possibly have. So why not?
Well, athleticism was on full display last night.
Oh boy!
On Thursday Night Football. Well, you know, you can talk about Spitgate, and it certainly affected the game. Jalen Carter allowing that Cowboys offense looked pretty good.
It did, absolutely. They in that first half, they absolutely moved down the field, scored their first 4 or 5 possessions.
Great.
Yeah, he sure did. No, they were able to run the ball. They were really, they did a solid job of doing what they needed to do. Then, of course, on the defensive side of the ball, they weren't able to keep Jalen Hurts in the pocket. Then he scrambles out again, a mobile quarterback. He shows you exactly what you have there in Philadelphia, and be thankful, man.
He looked way better than he did in any game other than the Super Bowl last year, which is not good news for folks that want to see somebody other than the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. I'm a little curious to see. There's talk about the league levying a bigger suspension and everything else on Carter, which I think is moronic. I mean, he sat out the game right there, and then I think that's enough punishment. But we'll see.
But every year they have point of emphasis, and the big thing with sportsmanship this year, they're trying to really build the flag football leagues. They're really all of this stuff up through with the NFL moniker. I'm telling you,
they're shield.
Yeah.
Protect the shield.
No, they're going to want people. They're going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets an extra 1 game. I mean, that just, who knows if it happens. But I'm telling you, the sport. You saw a taunting penalty last night as well. So again, you're going to see things like that.
I like taunting. I think they should bring more taunting into the game.
I'm not a smack talk guy, but Gordon, what do you think?
Well, if you're a confident player, you've got to go ahead and express your opinions and feelings, so it's understandable. It's, last night, in a nutshell, tells us that, Dallas's defense will not be better without Micah Parsons.
Right.
You know, it's a very bold trade. It's going to, you know, obviously it shakes up the defense going into the opener, although for Dallas, I think Micah Parsons was going to be out for probably a month. I suspect he'll play every down again, Sunday afternoon.
Against the Lions?
It's a miracle. It's an epidural. My wife had an epidural, and I don't think she could have played linebacker after that shot. But
Right.
if Micah Parsons is going to make that all happen, then by all means, bring it on.
I injected just about everything that I had in college, but I never played with a spinal.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't get off the table and,
Sure.
and run into the field. But you know, I didn't know how much the Micah Parsons was going to be counted on anyways with the trade, regardless of what his back is. You know, he wasn't doing any visible practice. I'm sure he was keeping in shape, but I think it'd be massively irresponsible of the Packers to put Parsons in for more than a dozen plays.
And they will.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you tear a groin, you do something like that in that first game, and all of a sudden, you know, it's affecting the entire season. You wash
Yeah,
away.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, oh, exactly. From the Lions standpoint, go, baby, go.
Well, you know, and you mentioned the spit incident and the suspension for Jalen Carter. Although, you know, personally, I still feel as if the NFL felt like Jalen Carter got off a little too easy for what he did back in college. So,
Right.
Yeah.
considering the background,
That's the reason why the Lions didn't draft
That's
him.
exactly right.
it gives the NFL a chance to go ahead and come down a little harder on him, and it may not just be this with him. You know, when you see the piles, when there's fumbles or when there's tackles, or you just saw some of the things that go on. And I like the way Dan Campbell said they'll have a plan for Parsons. If there's like a fumble, I think somebody's going to just go helmet,
Helmet to
all
knee.
bore helmet right into the lower back. You know, Green Bay is going to try to do this because all of a sudden Vegas decided that Green Bay was the favorite to win the NFC North.
Well, they should be. I mean, that is a huge addition. This guy is the second coming of Lawrence Taylor. I mean, when he is at the top of his game, he is the biggest eruptive force in football. But, you know, going back just a little bit, guys, what I was thinking about, it was obvious that the loss of Carter affected that defense and allowed Dallas to move the ball pretty much at will in the first half.
Right.
But, you know, so the Lions, we lose Aiden Hutchinson, and that defense played pretty well for a while without having that guy play. It brought to my mind is like, until the injuries just kept, you know, another hole in the boat, another hole in the boat, another hole in the boat. That defense held up pretty well for a few weeks without having, and I would put Hutchinson maybe a half a notch, probably at the same level as Jalen Carter.
Right. Yeah, no question about it. Yeah, that game planning scheme. I mean, once you, like you said, JC, you add on the Aleem McNeils going out with a torn ACL. You guys like that are Davenport, you name all of those guys. It was a cumulative
secondary.
effect. Yeah,
The whole
secondary.
other than
it's
Branch,
just, it's just wild when that many things took place in one game. But, you know, going back to the Green Bay thing just a little bit, Gordon and Jerry, Green Bay was getting a ton of love prior to getting, you know, Micah Parsons. So, I mean, all the talking heads were talking, Green Bay is the team to watch. Watch out for them. And then you add...
Love, really?
Well, no, he's not. But some reason it's like...
Dan Orlovsky, he's going to be the MVP. They said it last year.
They get the script that says, talk about Jordan Love a ton. And they all were talking, because every one of them is like drinking the same Kool-Aid. It was crazy.
And Christian, you
Christian
Watson
Watson
is out again.
lost your number one receiver.
Yeah.
You're counting on a rookie receiver, which look how JMO turned out the first year. Just
Right.
like the Bears think Luther Burden.
Oh, you know what? I
Last
like
year,
the
Romeo
Lions.
and Odunze was going to be great. Rookie receivers struggle unless they're
The
Malik
Lions,
Neighbors.
the Lions is a 2.5-point underdog. And the only thing that worries me at all about this game, the Lions have won, the last 4 in
Green Bay.
Lambeau?
Yeah, they own it.
Well, that can't continue forever.
Minnesota did it to us for a dozen years.
Yeah, that's true.
I went to all those games. No, it was
Good point, Mark.
horrible.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Jeez, Joe Cap, Fran Tarkington would never beat them.
SOL.
Oh, Fran Tarkington killed the Lions
Killed
for
them.
years.
Yeah.
Oh, he killed everybody.
He did, yeah, but he did.
Except for when he got to the Super Bowl.
Yep, scrambled around, little guy running around there, couldn't take him down. Oh my gosh.
You know, you bring it
Fran
up.
Tarkington.
But you,
I didn't have that on my bingo card.
No.
I've been going to games since
Yeah.
like '66 with my dad down at Tiger Stadium. So I remember,
Hey,
I remember this stuff.
67, was it 67 or 68, was my first experience at Tiger
The
Stadium for
baseball or football?
For football.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
Lions.
It was a horrible.
It was a horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were in left center field in the grandstand up there in the outfield.
There
Next
was-
to the bleachers.
Yeah.
You lost from 5 yards in.
There was.
When they were on the 2-3
Right.
line, and you knew it was going to Charlie Sanders. Quarterback would drop back, you know,
Milt Plum
or Danielson or whoever the
or Carl Sweetan or Billy
Bill,
Munson.
Bill Munson, I was going to say,
I
yeah.
played golf with Billy Munson.
Yeah.
He lived 2 blocks from us, Bill Munson.
Yeah.
But
Birmingham Country Club, baby.
you know, until the 5-0 loss to the playoffs in Dallas, which was the worst playoff game I've
Earl McCullough.
seen in my life.
Wide open, streaking down the sideline. Greg Landry lays it right in his hands, and he dropped it like it was a hot biscuit. Yeah, I'll never forget that. That might be the first time I ever cried at a sporting event.
Right.
So I mean, I cried a lot, but I think what was the first time I cried? I think was '67 in the final day of the regular season playoff when the Tigers had back-to-back doubleheaders, and
Right.
you know I had to watch Boston play the Cardinals. And
What a way to end the year, back-to-back doubleheaders,
St.
man.
Louis, you know, for us was defending champions, but we took them out, so that wasn't so bad.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's I mean this Sunday is going to be fascinating. The thing to me, Jerry, though, and Rich, Green Bay to me wasn't one player away, and Kenny Clark was a bigger disruption to the Lions than
Well, we're going
anybody
to
in
see.
those games.
You think they're going to be
Right.
running up the middle?
Oh, I think so.
I would say they're going to run a lot in this game, but the other thing is, you know, John Morton's going to want to show something. You know, and I went online last night, and I was talking about the home game against the Bears, and I said I'm just hoping that the first play of the game is Dan Skipper's in motion, gets the pitch, throws back to Goff wide open for a 38-yard touchdown pass, and the Lions all look over at Ben
Is Skipper
Johnson,
back on the
and they
team?
salute him.
I think they signed him to the practice squad. I can't believe no one picked him up. I mean, a veteran offensive
He
lineman.
is
and
a huge man.
6'9" and just a monster.
330.
Yeah.
After you saw him crying on that Hard Knocks episode
Oh,
several
yeah.
years back, you know, to me, when they cut him, the first thing I was telling friends of mine is, this is procedural. He's going to be back.
He's going right.
They already have an agreement. Otherwise, he would be claimed or picked out. They've told everybody
What
at
they
this
do with
point, I'm either
Hassan?
retired
Did
or I'm
they
here.
do anything with him yet? I didn't hear
They
that.
did the medical cut type thing, and they're going to wait until so no one else picked
be
him
back.
up. Yeah, he'll be back
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
the Lions.
he's on IR. When he comes back off the injury settlement, then they can
Yeah.
go ahead and re-sign
Oh,
him
okay.
back. So
I don't know the procedure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the plan is that he'll be back. Although I don't think a 6th-round pick is going to be the opposite end that we need, but
Well,
there'll be some players.
I think he'll end up being a
solid.
solid rotational player once he's healthy and all that because they love his effort and all that. So I think he'll be similar to what the guy, remember the guy from West Branch that played with the line for a few
yeah.
years.
Who was that kid?
Yeah, oh man. But I remember.
But he had one great year. With
Oh,
the
yeah,
Lions,
he
and
had
then
really-
Patricia come in and cut him.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
had like 9 sacks. What was the kid's name?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to dig deep in the
He
memory.
played for Algama Heights.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was a 3-year starter at Penn State.
Penn State, yes. Went in between D tackle and DN, kind of a hybrid
I
guy.
can't remember what his
Yeah.
name was.
Was,
Good kid.
Yeah.
No, I was trying to look it up. You guys have
I can't.
West Branch NFL player.
Right, exactly. That's
I should call Matt Arbor. He knows the kid really well.
I just
Does
remember
he-
Keith Dorney. You start mentioning Penn State.
Oh, okay.
That's
I
who they had on the
I
other
remember
side of the
Keith.
line.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
remember.
I've been a season
Who was the
ticket holder
quarterback
for
that he got into the
ever.
fist fight with?
Was it? Yeah, it wasn't Scott Mitchell yet.
No. It was the short kid. Hell,
They had Comlo, not Jeff Comlo.
it was Comlo.
Okay.
Yeah, in a bar after a game. Kamlo was drunk, Dorney was drunk. Kamlo's like, "Why don't you block for a change?"
Anthony Zettel.
Anthony Zettel is the kid from
Omaha High.
Yep. His second year with the Lions, he had like 7 sacks.
Yeah.
He played outstanding.
Sure did.
And then Patricia thought he was too small for Matt's
scheme.
Fantastic scheme that worked
Yeah.
out so well. Although,
Yeah.
hey, we'll talk about
right, I was gonna
at
say.
Ohio State, he did wonders.
He's on a redemption tour, and they played well.
He's on the Ozempic tour.
Yeah.
You didn't notice he's dropped like.
Oh, yes.
He and Ryan Day are injecting each other with the Ozempic and the hair dye.
And yes.
Yeah. That's something. It's in their contract. When you go to Ohio State, you have
must
to have
dye
the dark
everything.
hair dye.
But I got one question there. So the play card is laminated,
Yeah.
and he's got a pencil in his head still.
Oh, exactly. You realize that
You can't
doesn't
write.
work on those
Some
laminated.
habits die hard, Gordon.
You can't write
Like
on
the
a
bourbon.
Yeah, no, you can't. You need a marker.
Right.
You need the Sharpie out
Somebody
there.
help that man.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
So much on
It's
talent.
all
We don't
for
have
show
to
now.
pay For markers, I thought Arch.
I don't want to. We'll address college football in
That was
a
all
few
Arch.
minutes.
Arch was terrible.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, the fascinating is the right word. There are, I think, there's way more questions than answers until we play. Kick off in Lambeau at 4:30. You can hear that game on our sister station 100.3. Pregame at 3:30. Blah blah blah. But probably the biggest question mark I don't think is Morton. It's obviously Rutledge, Glasgow, and Christian Mahogany in the middle, right?
The middle of that offensive line, all playing different places from.
Yep.
So yeah, and and Ratledge going to get his first NFL start, but. I tell you, Dan Campbell usually doesn't heap a ton of praise on the rookies, especially when they're coming up through their first training camp. But he said a lot of positive things about Ratledge coming. So I'm excited.
What was he going to say?
Well, no, he just is kind of, they're kind of neutral.
I'm worried. I don't even know what the hell's going to happen.
Nope. He's usually
Greatest
pretty
sports coach
neutral about
ever.
things, but he really, it's kind of unusual for him to do that on a rookie. Because again, he never wants the rookie to get a big head, so he tries to keep him level. So I'm really fascinated to see how well he plays on Sunday.
The thing that I look at with the Lions O-line, and basically you're talking about replacing Zeitler. Glasgow is a much better center. He was a terrible guard.
If you watch
The Washington game, the missed block and the fumble by Goff that changed the game early in the game.
Sure.
That was pure Glasgow. And in what was it in the Netflix series? Netflix, right? He apologized to Goff in the tunnel on the way out because he knew he played a horrible game.
He did.
But at a center position, he's solid.
Yeah.
So
They like that.
So
If
fit.
you
I didn't want a
read,
rookie center.
obviously we all pay attention to a lot of this stuff. And so a writer was pointing out that the move to center is probably best for Glasgow. They don't get as much physical. It's just kind of an unwritten rule that you don't mess with the center until after he snapped the ball.
Right.
But he's got enough experience to call out the reads.
Yes.
And without being completely overwhelmed.
that was the big worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was that you would have a rookie trying to read the defense
Exactly.
and make the calls.
He just doesn't have
when
that
they mentioned
experience.
Ratledge at that point, I was screaming to the top of the mountain. It's like you've got to put Glasgow there.
But they moved Ragnow into center
and you
his
put
rookie
Ratledge
year.
there. And Ratledge will be the center next year.
He will, exactly. In a year or two, he will definitely. I think they're still
He's
going
got
to.
1 year left on the contract, and then it would just make sense to move it over. But Hank Fraley might have been the key returning coach
We've talked
that-
about that.
that the Lions have on this team. I don't
Yes.
think the
Well,
O-line
Ragnow
is
said,
gonna
if you
crumble.
don't re-sign Fraley, I'm not coming
coming
back.
back.
Then
That
he doesn't
was-
come back
then he doesn't
anyway.
come
That was
back.
the
The son of a bitch.
He almost got an offense.
Yet.
What? He almost got that.
Look forward to like week 8, and there's an injury, a key injury on the Lions O-line. They're 6-2, and they make a call to Ragnow, and he says, I'm hunting every time.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You have to pull him
they will
out of the woods or off the water because he's a big outdoorsman. But
That's a lot of time to recover.
it
I
is.
feel better
Yes,
by then.
I agree. But Fraley almost got that old coordinator job at Seattle, and I was scared to death that he was going to go too. And I thought, oh no, that would be the absolute worst. But thankfully, he came back with the Lions.
Jeez, I almost texted Spielman when he was supposed to be interviewing with the Jets. I'm like, you're not going.
No, don't go. Yeah,
Tell your brother to look at somebody else. Why would you go to New York?
Chris Spielman is
You're
the
here for
magic
life.
is the magic sauce underneath all of this.
You don't go to New York. And
I mean,
that wouldn't have made sense.
Sheila Ford leans on Chris Spielman a ton
And he
for
should.
advice. Yeah, and he's given her great advice.
Yes.
But
he's
and we're gonna when we come back, we're gonna look at the whole sheet and we'll give our picks on the games that are left over. But one last thing,
Philly -4.
I'm taking rain out for just over an hour.
Just
The Eagles, like I said, Jalen Hurts looked like the MVP.
He's tough to stop.
And I give Dak a lot of credit too. I mean, CD catches a couple more of those passes.
Oh, those, yeah.
A guy making, what is he? He's the third highest paid wideout in the league.
Right.
You can't drop those passes.
Not at all. Not at all.
Which he's had a history of doing all that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. The Eagles, by the way, that secondary looked a little vulnerable at times.
Well, that's
it. Yeah, Dory Jackson, you attack that guy all day long.
Oh, yeah.
Former USC DB.
there's no slay to make
No,
him.
you go after him every time.
Yeah. All right. Let's. We've got a couple messages from our fine partners here on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Face-Off, brought to us by TVCAirport.com.
Who knew? Fresh air is a destination. Breathe in the glacial carved canvas of northern Michigan's finest golf courses and have your breath taken away by scenic vistas from tee to green. The perfect place to perfect your game in more ways than one. The waves, woods, and wonder of Bel Air. Escape every day. Discover the magic of 90 holes at one resort. Shanty Creek Resort in Bel Air and online at shantycreek.com.
Time is running out for a trip to the best seasonal restaurants in the north. Tacos Lupe and Wimpy's are open until the middle of October. The $25 gift cards from QDealsMI.com will be valid for summers to come. Get $25 gift cards from Tacos Lupe or Wimpy's for just $15. And enjoy 40% savings every time you slide into Tacos Lupe for fresh handmade Mexican specialties or Wimpy's hand-dipped ice cream treats. There's no limit, so get enough gift cards at QDealsMI.com for this season and next. QDealsMI.com.
Votes are in for the Traverse City Record Eagles Simply the Best Reader's Choice Contest. It was our biggest year yet. Find out who was voted Traverse City's favorite businesses and professionals during our virtual award ceremony at the Traverse City Record Eagles page on Facebook Wednesday, September 24th. And pick up our Simply the Best Winners publication in the September 24th edition of the Traverse City Record Eagle. Attend the virtual award ceremony September 24th at facebook.com/TC Record Eagle.
Up North Sports Radio and JetBlue want to send you on a TVC Tiger takeoff to Beantown. Get registered to win round-trip airfare for two, a 3-night hotel stay, and 2 tickets to see the Tigers take on the Red Sox Friday, September 26th at the legendary Fenway Park. The winner will fly with a guest from TVC in Traverse City to Logan International in Boston on Thursday, September 25th. Spend 3 nights at the 4-star Hilton Boston Back Bay Hotel and head to Fenway Park for the Tigers and the Red Sox. You can even take a day to see the sights of Boston before a Sunday return flight on JetBlue. Get to UpNorthSportsRadio.com to register for the Up North Sports Radio TVC Tiger Takeoff to Beantown before midnight September 7th, or register in person wherever you see Up North Sports Radio this summer. Other restrictions apply. Get all the details at UpNorthSportsRadio.com. 101.1 WGRY.
It's time for Destination MLB. Jerry Coyne in studio with Autumn McLaren from TVCAirport.com. Autumn, we're going to take another swing at this,
Yes.
no pun intended. Autumn came in to replace Kevin while he was traveling, about a month ago, and the Tigers took a little tailspin
I don't know why Kevin was blaming you, though.
Totally blamed me. So this will be the true telling of whether it's me or not, right?
Yeah.
If they go on and they don't do well, then Kevin Klein is correct, and I can never come on air with you again. But
Well, you have to come in next week because,
He's off.
The big boss is traveling for pleasure.
Yes,
Good for him.
He is. He's enjoying some time off, so he sent me in.
Yeah, but I think you're going to prove to be the good luck charm this time around.
Awesome.
So we're down to just a couple of trips left for the Tigers, and we're headed to the Yankee Stadium.
Yes, their next road trip is off to New York, and you can get there for just under $500. Our airline that has the lowest fare is United. So United, for $498, you can go and watch them play the Yankees.
Yeah, I know we've been doing the Tiger TVC takeoff to Boston. As legendary as going to Fenway as Yankee Stadium and seeing the Yankees, I would suggest if you're taking a look at it to stay in a hotel in Manhattan and then take the subway out, and it'll be a lot of fun.
That sounds amazing, and I think since Kevin is out of town, we take this opportunity to go do it ourselves, put it in the budget, and let's experience it.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with you. You can rubber stamp that, and let's go to Yankee Stadium next week.
Approved. And then after New York, they are headed off to Miami.
Let's just do the whole thing.
Yeah, right on. That's not too bad of a place to go either, right?
Yeah.
You can also get there for a very reasonable amount right now. United is the lowest fare at $379, and that's through Chicago. And then little stop in Chicago, off to Miami.
What's wrong with a little stay in South Beach and seeing the Tigers take on the Marlins?
Sounds like fun.
Yep, and then just 2 more trips after that for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Cleveland, and you can also get there with a fare about $420.
Boy, that's really gone up.
Yeah, it has, because I think it was just about $250 a couple
Yeah,
weeks
it was
ago.
really cheap to see them take on the Indians. And then the last series of the season is
Boston.
Boston.
Yeah, we are headed to Boston, and you can go there with JetBlue. So that flight runs well into October. So it gives you a lot of great opportunities to visit the New England area all throughout the fall.
With the colors start changing, that's going to be a great trip. I know how happy everybody has been with the flights from Cherry Capital Airport to Boston. A great partner, and Kevin and I were talking about this, and firsthand that you should take a look at JetBlue for international departures.
Oh, completely, yeah. Great connectivity over to Europe and beyond. It's a phenomenal airline. We're so excited to have them. It's been an awesome summer, their first summer here at TVC, and just a great destination.
But we have only a couple of days left to register to win that TVC takeoff to Beantown.
Yeah, we have quite the package. If you have not registered, be sure to go on and register. We have information on our website, tvcairport.com, and I know you guys have the information.
100 Michigan, we've got a lot of people registering, but one lucky winner is going to go out of here at TVC Cherry Capital Airport to Boston on JetBlue. That's direct.
That is direct, nonstop, right into
and
Boston
then you booked
Logan.
a beautiful hotel.
Yes, the Back Bay area, Hilton Back Bay. I love that area of Boston. It's an
It's
easy
real close
walk.
to the ballpark, right?
It's a great walk to the ballpark, to Fenway, and it's set up for 3 nights. Have a great time in Boston. Go to this historic Fenway Park and watch them play the Red Sox.
Yep, and then you come back on Sunday, so you can register up till midnight this Sunday.
Yep. Midnight Sunday.
Yep.
And then the winner will be announced on Friday.
On my show, JC's Friday Free Fall, we'll announce it between 4 and 5 o'clock next Friday. Somebody is going to be over the moon.
Oh, I know. I can't wait for them to experience this. It's just it's an awesome opportunity.
But all the flights that we talked about in any of the dream destinations, where do you go?
You go to tvcairport.com. You'll see all our airlines, and then we just we hope you find your way there and pick out a great trip and go see the Tigers.
All right.
Winning season.
All right. There you go. That's Destination MLB. Go Tigers. Go Autumn.
Go.
There you go. Autumn McLaren filling in for Kevin Klein, who's in Italy.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he was at the picnic for Traverse City West a couple weeks ago, and him and his lovely bride, he told us about the trip they were taking, and good for him.
Yeah, he's been working his butt off, so good for him to take some time off. I just want to reiterate, you have until Sunday at midnight to register for the TVC Takeoff.
Incredible trip.
Just a great trip, Gordon. You haven't been following along. Maybe you have. We have a trip. Somebody's going to win round-trip airfare for 2 to Boston on JetBlue, 3-night stay at the Hilton Back Bay Hotel, and tickets on Saturday at Fenway Park to see the Tigers play the Red Sox.
What do I do to enter?
You don't work for the company, so you can go to Q100 Michigan and click on the tab, and you can enter once a day from now until Sunday.
I will stay a volunteer. Don't ever hire me. I will be happy to just enter every contest.
That's right.
There you go.
This is a good one, man.
Somebody's going to win.
Yeah.
So,
I've done that trip, by the way. I've done that trip for Tigers games before.
To Fenway?
The thing that would be really cool, the bucket list item that I've got, is to sit on the Green Monster.
That would be
I know
sweet.
people
I
that have
dated
sat
her.
up there one time. Well, but that was
My buddy in college, I remember a couple of
alcohol does that, Jerry. Alcohol does that.
Well-
She didn't look green when you first started, but people get sick.
One of Rich's favorite things, or at least favorite things, is when they play football, football that's not high school football on Friday.
Yes.
Rich has got to call the game for TC West tonight. So you're going to miss the bulk of a Kansas City, San Diego, or San Diego / LA Harbaughs, the Fighting Harbaughs,
Yes.
in Brazil.
I will miss that.
Yeah,
And that field is going to be horrible.
it has been historically.
No, yes.
That turf is going to be horrible. So
who does that that benefits the Chargers, right?
it would take away the
Yeah.
strength of the faster team. So
Yep.
if it makes it a ground and pound game, Harbaugh's going to win that game.
And what Harbaugh's done since coming back to the NFL against Kansas City is just that. Don't let Patrick Mahomes have the ball a ton. Bleed out the clock, run the ball, and that's going to be a Harbaugh.
How easily they have replaced who's the lineman?
The left tackle there, the Slater.
Was it KC's got to replace.
Oh, they got the Ohio State kid in there, but they Slater, the All-Pro for the Chargers.
Lineman in football.
Tore his ACL in
Yes.
spring in camp, and so they're manipulating the line.
The Chiefs are without Joe Thuney.
Yeah, he's over. He's with the Bears now.
He's over the hill. I think there was he.
Oh, the Bears say he's like the best lineman they've ever had.
That's a low standard.
I was going to say that could be both statements.
Right after Jonah Jackson, they said he was
Gordon, both statements could be true. I mean, this is not an either.
Drew Dahlman, the best center they've ever had. Everything is the best. Then Kelly Williams,
let's go through
ever.
the slate of games. Chargers are getting 3 from the Chiefs. I like the points in this game. This is a pick'em game as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
Was this a home division game for the Chargers that they lost?
Yeah, who gave up the home game there?
Oh my
Well,
God.
with the unbalanced schedule,
Right, 17.
what happens is when they do this, they get the schedule of the 9 home games as opposed to the 8 home games. Like the Lions had 9 home games last year.
So when the Chargers and Chiefs play again, where's the game? Probably in KC, right?
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, who'd they take it from?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you have a big... This game could
Is it-
actually end up
Is
deciding...
that a home field advantage? I thought
No.
SoFi Field is, who cares, right?
Yeah, that's a no.
It's not Brazil, but...
Yeah.
I mean...
I don't know if they get if they let the guy stay for an extra, how early did they go down there? Because, Brazilian women
Rio,
are easy to look at.
Cheap, too.
Yeah.
Very affordable. Very affordable.
Cheap. Okay. All right. Well, moving on.
We're taking Chargers. I'm taking Chargers. Rich, what do you
I will. I'm going to take the Chargers. It's unanimous. Chargers.
Okay, that's with the points.
That's with the
I'm
points.
going to
Yes.
take them to win.
All right. One of the more interesting games, they've been talking about the Giants a lot. It'll be very interesting to see what this D line looks like with Carter.
Oh.
On
paper, it's brutal. That's a line.
I mean, you're talking about a fearsome foursome kind of,
Yes.
of a D line. The Commanders had lots of problems on their O-line. They brought in Tunsil. They brought in another guy. So the Commanders are getting 5.5. I love the Giants getting the points here.
What did they do to improve their run defense? I mean, they just gave up 7 rushing touchdowns in the NFC Championship game. Washington run defense was horrible, which is why I couldn't stand what Ben Johnson was doing in the playoff game. Just run the ball.
But they were behind by 14.
Well, no, I mean early. I wouldn't.
I
have
like the Giants in this with the points.
Yeah, I
for
like
sure.
the Giants too. I think the Commanders are going to back up a
You
little
think
bit.
they're going to take a step back? How many points again?
5.5.
I know division games, you're not supposed to give a whole lot of points here. But
It is in Washington.
they're
on a high from last year, and again, I think there's a little leveling off there.
I don't want to just sit here and do every game identical, like
No, I don't either. I'm just giving you my honest
I
opinion.
personally care because I'm taking this seriously.
Okay.
I mean,
We don't.
This is a resume
It's okay.
builder, right? This is a resume builder
Is
for
this
me.
a resume builder?
It's
Right.
going straight. It's
Okay.
going straight on my resume. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Washington. I'm gonna give the points.
All right.
Okay, there you go. In the first Who Cares game of the season, the Panthers are visiting the Jags, and the Jags are giving 3.5.
Oh my God.
That is a huge
Let me once
who
again
cares.
say, who cares?
Yes.
I'm in Carolina. I'm in Carolina half the year. Come on.
Okay.
It is available on
You're getting
Fubo.
3.5.
They're my other team. You know.
All right.
And it's such a hot game, it's on Fubo.
And Bryce Young actually
Yeah, he
started to play well.
The last half of the year.
I'll
he
give
played
that.
last
That
year.
is true.
I'm taking the points in that game because I don't think Jacksonville is worthy of being more than a field goal favorite over anybody in the NFL.
In a lot of people caring game, you got switched up quarterbacks, Steelers at Jets.
A lot of eyes on that one,
Yeah.
for sure.
The debut of Aaron Glenn.
Well, and it's starting off under the typical Jets fashion. They lost their offensive right tackle for the year with a torn pec.
Only the highest paid player on the team, I think. But
Elijah Vera Tucker.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's in the top 5 on their payroll. There's no doubt about that, Gordon. But I agree with everybody here. I
Justin
think Aaron
Fields.
Rodgers is going to have the game of his life here. This is going to be the biggest FU that's coming down the pike. I mean, given what, according to everybody, including the Jets, he paid to fly back to
Oh,
New
it was
York
on his
to
dime,
get
yes.
fired.
And meet with Aaron Glenn for the first time.
And it was one of the shortest meetings in history.
And he just turned around and walked back out like, oh.
Don't turn off the engines, guys.
No, exactly.
Are you suggesting this is a revenge game for Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, I'm not
possibly?
suggesting. The only thing that might take into consideration is Glenn is a defensive coordinator. How much pressure on an offensive line that you really have no clue what's going to be like. The Steelers' offensive line has got to be one of the biggest question marks in the entire league.
But what
because
a
if
matchup.
it's good, then Rodgers is going to be good.
Yeah.
And if it's cheese and rice,
you can't
then
do that
Rodgers
now.
is going to be running for his life.
Right.
We can't swear on radio. can we?
And no.
Oh, you can say shit.
Oh, all right.
You can't put the T at the end of it.
Oh, all right. Got it.
In the Jets.
Because on like podcasts on YouTube.
Yeah, oh yeah, right. You could say anything.
I barely don't say a 4-letter word.
That Jets
Right.
Jets defense is supposed to be pretty good too. And
It
when
has
you put
been.
Aaron,
Justin Fields factor. What is that going to be?
what is it?
You've got Rodgers,
Mobile
Justin Fields.
Who's the O coordinator for the Jets? It's a
Tanner
Tryon Lions.
Engstrom from the Lions.
Lions,
Yes.
who I thought did as much as Ben
Yeah,
Johnson.
spell his name.
Yeah, no, that's
Engstrand.
Wow.
is that right?
A resume
Yeah.
builder.
Kid, look at you.
Okay. Look at him.
Because I liked him. When they were going through all the coaching changes and Fraley said he was staying, I hadn't even considered that Engstrand was going to leave because at that point I was giving Engstrand as much credit for play calling, which now you've heard Dan Campbell say it wasn't just one guy. I call play. We have 4 or 5 people on that headset that will go ahead and communicate. And what I had heard was,
Well, David,
Engstrand called a lot of plays.
don't cut out the David Shaw factor for the Lions.
I like that hire. That was a great hire.
And he and Morton, our guests, are
Very
They're
close.
both Stanford guys, right?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are both Stanford
Yeah.
guys. All right,
Which
Raiders.
Harbaugh was a Stanford guy.
Raiders.
Yes.
Raiders at
7 degrees of
Patriots.
Kevin Bacon.
7 degrees
Of Jim Harbaugh.
I like my bacon crispy.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. So the Raiders are at the Patriots. The Patriots, a lot of people think, are going to be incredibly improved. A lot of people are saying that the offensive rookie of the year is going to be that running back from Ohio State that's playing in New England. Travion Henderson.
Henderson,
Yeah.
yes.
So he looked
He
fantastic.
took the
in
opening
preseason.
kickoff in preseason
But
to
he
the house.
also
but-
ran in one of the games. He had 150 yards and a half. So I mean, I know it's preseason. Vrabel's going to run the football, and if they can run the football, it's just going to make May's job a hell of a lot easier.
I heard one analyst on TV said that Henderson is similar to Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, I don't
he's
see
not.
that.
No.
He is not the same. He doesn't have the same physique. None of that is true. But I'm like,
No.
is this guy watching the same people? But I
well,
thought
and-
that
and-
hilarious.
Is he similar in the fact that they both play running back in the NFL?
That's it right there.
I mean, we all watched Michigan-Ohio State games, and Henderson 2 years ago didn't do anything in that game, and then Judkins comes in as a transfer, becomes their primary back. Henderson again doesn't do a whole lot, and now, I guess everybody expects that Judkins will.
The more I think about the Ohio
Henderson
State-Michigan
will
game
be
from
great.
last year is that Day actually bet against himself and made a crap ton of money.
He puckered. He puckered. You could see.
We're going to out-tough Michigan.
Did you see him before the game in the tunnel? As soon as I saw him in pregame, about to come out with the team, and he's all fidgety and everything.
You saw that look, and he
You
just
could
got.
see that. Oh God, what if I lose this game? They're going to fire me.
I can't.
And they would have fired him.
Okay.
If
he did
The
win,
Ohio
they
State
don't
portion
get
of
to
the program
playoffs,
is
they
coming in a
would've.
little
Yeah.
bit.
All right. Well, then back to this.
Let's just zip through these.
Okay.
So who likes you like New England giving 2.5?
They just got kicked out of Carolina practices. Belichick won't let them come in. I think New England's going to be fired up by Belichick.
Yeah, I like New England for
I'm taking
sure.
New England.
All right, there you go.
Drake May.
In
you
another
would see that.
another who cares game, the Cardinals are giving 6.5 at New Orleans to the Saints. You don't see that very often. There's not a lot of faith in the New
Spencer
Orleans.
Rattler?
Spencer Rattler. Never get rattlered.
They're playing for #1 overall draft pick. I like Arizona.
I think Arizona could be a sneaky good football team this year. They had a really great defense, and Marvin Harrison
Kyler Murray's
Jr.
healthy.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
New Orleans, I think, has a real good shot.
I mean,
of
let's
winning
let's
less
face
than-
facts. We're
less
going to
than 3
breeze through the
games.
rest of these really quickly.
New Orleans number
This is the
1
hardest week of the year to pick,
Yeah,
other
yes.
than the last week of the year. If most of
Who's going to play? Not going to
that's
play?
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
All
right. The Bungles and the Browns. The only thing saying the Bengals are giving 5.5. I like the Browns. They always play this game super tough.
They do, but I think Cincinnati, all they've heard all offseason, the slow starts and Taylor's on the hot seat, blah, blah, blah.
Joe Flacco, baby.
Yep, I think
Joe
Cincinnati.
Flacco and I are on the exact same medication.
that in itself means I'll take Cincinnati.
Okay, there you go. The Finns, here's another team that I don't have any clue about. This game is 1.5. The Dolphins are getting from the Colts.
Where's the game?
In Indy.
Yeah.
I'll go Indy. Indy at home is an interesting.
We'll see what kind of, I don't know who's
the return of Daniel Jones. It's Daniel Jones time in Indy.
I think
I'm taking the Dolphins.
I think the Dolphins will run the ball down the Colts will run the ball down the Dolphins' throat.
Jonathan
to win.
Jonathan Taylor,
Wisconsin boy.
Proud Badger.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay and Atlanta. This is a really good football game, actually.
Agreed.
You're going to find out a lot about that division in this game. This is really good. What is it? Every team is playing in their own division in week 1. This never happens.
No, never.
So I think it's brilliant by the league, especially since you don't know what's going to happen in any game week 1.
Right.
So
and week 2, Lions.
a lot of people, I agree. I think the Buccaneers could easily go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I would take Bucks in this game. I'm not sure. I'm not sold.
I got the Bucks.
Everybody's
for sure.
talking Bijan Robinson's supposed to be the
Yeah, they did
Are
the
you
same
telling
thing
me that
last year.
You'd rather have Bijan Robinson than Jameer Gibbs.
Gibbs.
Are you telling me this?
They're telling you
That's
that,
what
but I'm
they're
not
saying,
agreeing.
but I'm not
agreeing.
buying.
That's only because Bijan gets way more carries.
Yeah, he's pretty much a solo back
he
back
is.
there.
Okay.
Doesn't share.
Well, now we're going to have a
carries.
two-back backfield in Detroit.
Well, yeah, David still runs the ball quite a bit, but it's just every time Gibbs gets the ball, he goes for 10.5 yards. It's just that's the way it goes. Tennessee is in big trouble. They're getting 8.5 now
Cam
from the
Ward.
Broncos.
Cam
Ward debut against such a weak defense opener. Denver is so strong.
I sense sarcasm here.
Right.
Much
in Gordon's
sarcasm.
resume building.
Yes, yes.
I'm taking Denver. It's not enough. Not enough.
No,
points.
it's not enough at
my
Denver
God.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Can't
And I
win.
was,
Mile high.
It's going to be awful.
I was just out in Denver, and Bronco fever is at a massive
Yeah.
pitch.
They see they have a good team.
The air.
We're on the.
It is a factor.
You got to get on my.
Oh, it
medication.
is?
It's a big
Gordon, you got to
factor.
get on my medication.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
I'm
The Niners, who still have more injury problems, are giving 1.5 to Seattle. I don't know anything about Seattle. Nothing.
Quiet.
I didn't
yeah.
hear
Sam
one word.
Darnold
Sam
is
Darnold.
Quiet.
I'm going to take Seattle here. I just think there's too many injuries with Sam Fran, no receivers. If Christian McCaffrey's healthy, he could have a good game. But I mean, I like Seattle overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I like
I'm not-
I
I'm
like
not
Seattle
putting-
getting the points
Yeah.
at home. I mean,
I'm
it's
not
just
putting any faith back in the Niners yet.
home points at home in week 1. I think is a pretty good solid way
Sure.
to go. And the Lions 2.5.
The Lions.
Go Lions.
Go Lions.
Lions are going to win this
Yeah.
game.
I
don't
agree with
think- I don't even think it's going to be a late fourth.
Yeah.
This is another great game. The Texans at the Rams.
It is a great one.
You better protect Matt Stafford because this Texas defense, what do they have? They had this leading most sacks.
by bookend defensive ends there that are studs.
Great defensive coach.
Oh, I love Will Anderson. I
wanted the Lions to get him so
I
bad.
hated that trade. It's like, are you kidding me? You can't get the top 2 picks in the draft.
Yeah.
God bless Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
He is. They are giving 3 to the Texans. I love.
I'm taking the points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. And then of course, the Ravens and the
Ooh.
Bills. This is the only game. Is this the only game that's not in division? No, the Texas and the Rams and the Ravens and the Bills
Yeah.
are the only team playing out of division in week 1. And the Ravens better win this game. I'm just saying.
In Buffalo.
In Buffalo.
In Buffalo.
They've got
In
to.
Buffalo.
Buffalo has the easiest schedule, like the 3rd easiest schedule in the NFL.
Yeah, how does that happen? I mean,
I
that's
don't
crazy.
know how that happened, but
Lions have the number 1 toughest.
Oh,
road
it's a
schedule in
brutal
the
schedule.
NFL.
And then the Monday night game, don't forget, Minnesota at Chicago.
I think the Vikings are going to house the Bears. I really do.
Oh, I'd love it. I would laugh so
I'd have
hard.
to agree with
All
that.
right, we've got some messages from our fine partners. We will be back after this on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Face-Off. Brought to us by TVCAirport.com.
It's time for the Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCO.com. Toro, count on it.
I'm your host and outdoor enthusiast, Melissa Sullivan, and today we're diving into the St. Helen Trail System. It's a true off-roaders playground with hundreds of miles of trails throughout state land, connecting you pretty much anywhere you want to go. These trails and routes are not routes. Always expect oncoming traffic. Even the wider routes designed for larger vehicles often quickly narrow down to a single lane. So stay alert and ride right. The terrain is going to be mostly sandy trails and routes, with some sections being pretty whooped out from heavy traffic. The highlight is the St. Helen Motorsports area, a 2 square mile zone with a technical rock crawl and wide open sandy hills. It's a great spot to get dirty, test your skills, and really let it rip. This system is just minutes from campgrounds, gas, food, and fun, and the local ORV ordinance even allows you to drive your toy straight to the trails and other nearby amenities. And don't leave your trash, leave a good impression. I share even more in my video at upnorthsportsradio.com.
This has been your Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCO.com. Toro, count on it. Mowing the yard will no longer be a chore with a Toro Time Cutter, built to tackle big jobs while fitting in small spaces with zero-turn maneuverability. Getting on and off the mower is a breeze with the Step 2 front end. Comfort comes standard with a seat that provides the ultimate in padding and back support. The Toro Time Cutter is available in a variety of deck sizes and special features. Head to your local Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit, or visit OutdoorEquipmentCo.com. Toro, count on it.
Votes are in for the Traverse City Record Eagles Simply the Best Reader's Choice Contest. It was our biggest year yet. Find out who was voted Traverse City's favorite businesses and professionals during our virtual awards ceremony at the Traverse City Record Eagles page on Facebook Wednesday, September 24th. And pick up our Simply the Best Winners publication in the September 24th edition of the Traverse City Record Eagle. Attend the virtual awards ceremony September 24th at facebook.com/TC Record Eagle.
September is Big Brothers Big Sisters Month across the country. Let's shine a light on the incredible impact mentorship has on the lives of children and families right here in our community. For many children, their big is more than just a friend. They're a constant source of support, guidance, and most of the time, a lot of fun. Imagine the joy of sharing an ice cream cone, the comfort of a listening ear, and the inspiration that comes from a caring role model. For 54 years, Biggs has been helping children discover their potential and reach for their dreams. You can be part of a child's successful journey. Whether you want to become a mentor, advocate for our mission, or support this important cause, your involvement will make a world of difference. Join our village and help foster these essential connections that last a lifetime. Visit bigsupnorth.org to learn more about how you can get involved. Together, we can empower our youth to build brighter futures.
Endless possibilities await at TVC Cherry Capital Airport. This summer, fly non-stop from TVC to 20 amazing destinations. Explore New York City, D.C., Charlotte, even our newest route, New Haven, Connecticut. Hit the links in Phoenix, soak up the Florida sun, or venture to Denver's mountain escapes. Fly non-stop with American, Delta, and United, or enjoy ultra-low fares on Allegiant, Avelo, Sun Country, and TVC's newest airline, JetBlue. Book your summer getaway today and discover all your travel options at tvcairport.com.
Tune in to Tiger Baseball on 101.1 WGRY.
Brought to you in part by the Warehouse in Mayo. Furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. We'll find it all at the Warehouse in Mayo. See it at thewarehouseinmayo.com.
Up North Sports Radio and home to Tiger Baseball.
Welcome back to Friday Face-Off here on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY, brought to us by tvcairport.com. Jerry Coyne, Rich Calkins, and our special guest Gordon Miller, who has bogged this show down to a slog. Big game happening 7:30 on Saturday night, guys. Michigan State, Boston College.
Yeah.
A rematch.
Oh, whoops.
A rematch of a game Michigan State stole at the end last year, or was it stolen at the end?
It was stolen, or they gave it away.
Because they led that whole game last year.
Yeah.
So I'm
surprised.
I'm
Michigan State is. Yeah. Really, I like Boston College.
Yeah.
What's the spread?
Boston College is getting 3.5. I'm not sold on. They looked like crap second half against Western. So I think Michigan State's got a lot of things to iron out. But I mean, obviously, the big game of the night or the whole schedule is Michigan visiting Oklahoma for the first time ever. It's unbelievable that these guys have played once in 120 years of football.
What was that, Orange Bowl?
Yeah, they lost 14-6.
Yeah.
I think that was like
the Selman brothers, or were they playing then?
That was the first bowl game that Michigan played outside of the Rose Bowl. You know, the Big Ten was the last one to allow team. You know, you either went to the Rose Bowl or you didn't go anywhere.
Right.
And that rule either changed in 74 or 75. So Michigan played in the Orange Bowl against, I think it was a number 1 or number 2 ranked Oklahoma team.
I think I was there. I'm pretty sure I was there. But, yeah, I mean, what a great environment for a freshman quarterback to go into on a Saturday night. I mean, if it was even a noon game, it wouldn't be the same focus. But, you know, Underwood's not really a freshman. I think he's 31 years old.
Yeah. He acts that.
You have a fake ID here somewhere.
Off air, we were talking about how poised he was in his very first start, and it was amazing. I thought he did a super good job, under control emotionally, and he'll be tested certainly much more.
This is a massive game for Brett Venables, who has not brought real anything to Oklahoma that they were hoping for after being the most sought-after assistant coach in college football for
a defensive
guru.
Yes.
So
at Clemson,
they were 6-7 last year. They haven't been to a major. They haven't made the playoffs since he's been there. this is, if Michigan goes in there and wins this football game, it's going to get loud in Oklahoma. I mean, they talk about how loud it is for Kalen DeBoer.
Oh.
I don't think Venables' buyout is anywhere near
what
DeBoer's is.
I agree. No, Venables has been there a bit, and he hasn't shown anything yet.
They brought in the most sought-after transfer quarterback. I'm sure that cost them more than a penny or two, and who looked good. I mean, who'd they play?
Oh yeah, I don't
Southwest
know.
Bemidji State.
Right. But he did look good against the competition.
But it was a much lower opponent. Illinois State maybe, but it was
I think it was Illinois State.
Much lower opponent though than even what Michigan faced, because New Mexico was picked to be near the top of the WAC.
New Mexico played. They played a football game.
I tell you, they were tough. I mean, they impressed me.
They tackled hard.
I thought,
the O-line better play better against Oklahoma. I mean, we ran the football pretty consistently, but
that's going to be the key.
Yeah.
I mean, the key in this game is going to be the trenches. I don't think it's going to be the quarterbacks. I think it's going to be who. If Michigan played defense like, say, the Alabama game, they win this game.
Yeah.
Because they'll
for
have
sure.
more offense still available than Oklahoma.
Well, like you guys said, and we don't have a
top
ton
five
of time to
defense.
discuss this. The game is usually Michigan plays here, Rich, but it's got to be on 100.3 because of the Tigers. So if you are doing something else and you want to listen to the game, or you don't like to hear the ESPN view of things, then go to 100.3 to listen to the Michigan coverage, John Jansen and the crew. I like Jansen on the radio.
I like Karsh. Doug Karsh.
Doug Karsh is great.
Doug does good job, yeah.
I mean, I miss Brandstatter and...
I do too. I always thought Jim did a great job, yeah.
No, before Deerdorf, Brandstatter and
I miss Bob Ufer.
Frank Beckman.
Frank.
Beckman did a fantastic job.
I agree.
Big Frank.
I grew up with the horn, Bob Ufer.
Oh, Bob, the horn was incredible.
You can't top that.
I remember when I was going to school, I was at Western, but all my friends were at Michigan, and I'd come up for games, and on Saturday mornings in Ann Arbor, everybody's playing Bob Ufer records. General George Bull Schembeckler Band marching down. It's just incredible stuff. I'll tell you a very quick story. I know we're running super late.
I'm taking the points, by the way.
Okay, so the first time that Bo won the Rose Bowl, was when I moved out to go to UCLA, and me and my buddies had gone to every Michigan game, home and away, and we went to the Rose Bowl, and they finally win the Rose Bowl. It was his fifth time or sixth time before he won there, and most of the Michigan fans didn't leave the stadium for a long time.
Sure.
And Ufer was hanging out of the press box directing the Michigan marching band, and he died 3 months later. Yeah. So.
I feel
that's wild.
It sounds like Ozzy. Wow. It was a good buy.
We always talk very briefly about Shanty Creek.
Right.
So the fall chairlift rides are starting September 27th. And that's every Saturday and Sunday through October 19th. If you've ever done this, Gordon, you can take the chairlift rides up. They can get a beer or hot chocolate or coffee when you do it. And the color tour from up above in the chairlift is stunning.
Yeah. It's a must-do.
And the other thing that they've got going on, Rich, and these are selling out quickly, $35 to play any one of the golf courses at Shanty Creek between October 1st and 19th. $35, including a cart.
It doesn't. Fall golf in northern Michigan at a great course doesn't get any better than that.
Yep.
Celebrate my birthday, the 14th. Come play golf.
Okay, you're on. Go to shantycreek.com to book those rounds of golf and experience beautiful color and great golf here in northern Michigan. Back after these on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Face-Off, brought to us by Cherry Capital Airport.
Who knew? Fresh air is a destination, a place to breathe in the lapping waves of Torch Lake and explore the tree-lined trails of northern Michigan. A place to connect with nature and each other, one-on-one, in the waves, woods, and wonder of Bel Air. When you're looking to escape the everyday, breathe in the magic of northern Michigan at Shanty Creek Resort in Bel Air and online at shantycreek.com. This summer, fly non-stop from TVC to 20 amazing destinations, like their newest route, New Haven, Connecticut. Fly non-stop with American, Delta, and United, or enjoy ultra-low fares on Allegiant, Avelo, Sun Country, and TVC's newest airline, JetBlue. TVCAirport.com.
Find the lowest prices on Paul Golf Deals That Rock only at QDealsMI.com. Get a round of golf with a cart at El Dorado Golf Club in Cadillac for just $36. That's $2 a hole. Or get a round of golf with a cart at Sugar Springs in Gladwin for just $25. Or treat your whole foursome for just $75 and save even more. Head to QDealsMI.com for the guaranteed lowest prices for fall golf. Quantities are limited. When they're sold out, they're gone. Only from QDealsMI.com.
Gear up like a boss at Blue Collar Clothing. They have the brands for folks who believe that working hard is a way of life. Like the company owner who still clocks in at the mill every day. Blue Collar Clothing on Morenci Avenue in Mile carries their own durable clothing brand, plus Carhartt, Red Wing, and other hard-working American-made clothing and footwear. Or shop for everything online at BlueCollarClothingCo.com. When you work hard, your gear should too. BlueCollarClothingCo.com.
The all-new Mahindra 1100 and 2100 compact tractors are tougher and smarter than anything else out there. With reliable diesel power, our best ever lift capacity, easy-to-use dual-pedal HST, and built-in tech like crank assist, a push-button PTO, and a handy companion app, Mahindra is outworking the field. Head to your local dealer now to get great deals on these all-new tractors.
Visit your Mahindra dealer at Zaremba Equipment in Gaylord or online at zarembaequipment.com or Pioneer Diesel in Traverse City or pioneerdiesel.com.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Cornell Insurance Agency in Grayling is your independent auto owner's agent. CornellInsurance.com.
Summer at Benetham's means dining on their gorgeous outdoor patio, and the 4 to 6 p.m. happy hour menu is a fantastic way to sample many different flavors at one sitting. Visit Benethams.com and make your reservation. Benethams, for the true love of food.
Hey, it's Anthony Bellino from Spin on Sports, Michigan Sports Dog Morning Show on the Great Voice Radio Network. We're live weekday mornings from 6 to 9 right here on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY. Whether it's Tigers, Pistons, Predators, Lions, Michigan State, Big Ten, the Mid-American Conference, all the headlines, all the stories, in all of those Michigan teams first. It's all right here on Spin on Sports, weekday mornings from 6 to 9 on the Great Voice Radio Network. Heard locally on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY.
Welcome back to Friday Face-Off here on Up North Sports Radio, brought to us by TVCAirport.com. Jerry Coyne, Rich Calkins, and our special guest, Gordon Miller. Tiger Baseball. Boy, the Mets unleashed the bats.
They sure did. Check those bats for cork.
We saw a bunch of pitchers in that series that are not going to be on the Tiger playoff roster.
I don't know where they're going to. I mean, Kyle Finnegan better be okay.
Well, exactly. That's the most concerning news coming out of that series was Finnegan in a strained groin.
Watch Montero.
Montero's pitched good.
He has.
Former closer.
He has.
We were sitting behind the home plate on Wednesday. Everything that kid throws has massive movement.
That's good.
They'll be okay. Tommy Kahnle's had 6, 7.
When that changeup's moving, man, I tell you can't hit it. But then there's time. It doesn't move, and it's like, whoa.
Well, and that's the problem with Kahnle, and that's why he's moved around a little bit, is in the playoffs. When the lasagna ball comes in, it goes out.
It does.
And if you got a couple guys on you, you're going to end up losing a baseball game.
It's a 400 to 500 footer going the other way.
It's a lot of low-scoring games in the playoffs. You're not going to see a lot of
and Flaherty needs to be more consistent.
He does.
I mean, it's as simple as that. He goes tonight against, Man, baseball is just so weird. How did the Dodgers get swept by the Pirates?
4 games.
Isn't that? It's just,
4-game series.
And at the same time, the Padres get swept by the Orioles.
Right.
No,
I know. You can't predict anything.
The White Sox after just sweeping the Twins.
Yeah, the White Sox, they're playing good.
I believe they swept the Twins.
Yeah,
and
this Smith kid, this pitcher, has got a 3.81 ERA, and
he's killed us. He's pitched great.
Yeah.
They took him out. They didn't start. He was supposed to go yesterday.
Saved him
They
for
held him
Detroit.
back for the Detroit series.
Good for them. You know, really.
Hey,
good for
they
the White
got
Sox.
finally a little energy, and
know,
they haven't had
good for
any.
them.
If they win tonight, I think they close it to 37.5.
You know, that is
nipping on the heels.
The White Sox play in the best stadium in baseball. The guaranteed rate mortgage.
Did they rename that thing yet? Or is
I
it
think
just
they just call it the GARE.
or rate field or rate of field?
Okay.
They need to bring back disco demolition night.
But you know, the more you watch baseball, anything's going to happen this year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, can you tell me
It's
who's
true.
going to be in the World Series
No,
with any type of confidence whatsoever?
not at all.
Dodgers are going to finish 4 over 500 and then win every game in the playoffs.
I'd watch out for the Phillies. I really, the Phillies
And
to
the
me look like
Brewers,
I don't know how the Brewers are doing it. You know, you look at them, and that's how everybody else is saying how the Tigers. I don't know how the Tigers are doing it. We're doing it exactly the same way the Mariners are doing
Yeah.
it.
You know who's flying up the rail right now for the number 1 seed in the AL is the Yankees.
We'll see.
The Yankees are starting to bomb the ball just like the Mets are bombing the ball. You know, they've got a little bit stronger pitching at this point and getting things consistent.
Toronto's played well, though. I mean,
But
they're
New
up front.
York, I think, is 2.5 back of Toronto.
Yeah.
They're right there.
Yep.
They're right there.
3 right now, but that's close enough.
And 2.5 probably behind each other.
And Boston's 3.5, so they're right there as well.
Let's not talk about Alex Bregman. I'm sick of Boston.
Well, Boston's in big trouble. I mean, they lost. Who's the kid that they lost?
Roman Anthony.
Yeah, the kid they brought up who's been really
Gave the big
carrying their offense.
Gave the big contract to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looked good.
Well, he's not going to look good from the hospital. So
No.
Just don't take Finnegan with him because we need Kyle Finnegan to make a run.
we need. I agree. You have that 3-headed monster of 4. AJ can't help himself.
He's gonna restrict the starters to 3 innings.
AJ cannot help himself.
2 runners on, top of the first. Flaherty's out of the game. He's going to Melton. 3 innings.
He's been really good.
Why did he burn Melton on Monday? That was nuts.
Yeah. Is it one of those deals where he just needed, he hadn't been in a while? I don't know.
Behind already.
I know, but it's just, I think to keep him sharp, maybe? I don't know. But because he's got limited innings.
Drew
Go
Summer,
ahead and
Bailey Horn.
question. You go ahead and question AJ Hinch at your own peril.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, everything he's done works. I don't deny that.
There's not very often where he's coming out in his press conference saying, "Boys, I screwed that one up."
Well, and you can also see where this week was a little bit of a playoff style experimentation.
Well,
I mean, that Mets series was not run like, okay, we're dying to win every game here. It's like, I got to see if this guy can pitch in a
Right.
AJ Hinch
Sure.
said one of the
High-pressure
smartest,
situation.
most obvious things I've ever heard in baseball. Juan Soto's a problem.
It
Juan Soto is a problem.
is a problem. Yes.
Okay.
That is for sure.
Gordon,
On
thanks
that
so
we
much
agree.
for joining us.
Yeah.
We'll see
Enjoyed
you
it.
when you can squeeze in again.
Yeah, no, it was fun. This is my life. I love talking sports.
Good deal.
We couldn't tell.
No, exactly.
As we run in.
I'll run into you. Who was that guy you had on there the other day?
Even if it's an hour drive in the
Bring
morning.
in the steaks. It's dinner time.
It is, exactly.
I'm taking a scone back.
Oh, please do.
Yes, please. Take
They are a popular item here for on Fridays.
I did not know that was all. I'll take scones as pay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Take
All right.
5.
Well, yeah.
No, I don't get paid.
I
that
used to
much.
work for food.
One scone is probably what I earned today. I'm not going to take 5. This was not a 5 scone per
Yes, it was. It is
A 5 scone productions.
5 sconer.
Right. Thanks again.
All right.
It's time.
That's right. It is time. Coming back here, talking some high school football action around northern Michigan. JC going to get a hold of James Cook here.
James, hold on a second, please. There you go.
Talk about these matchups coming around tonight.
It is time for the Sarah Automotive High School Sportscape Show. Sarah Ford in Kalkaska and Gaylord. They have a great selection of new EVs there at fantastic lease rates. So check out your new possible electric move at Sarah Automotive, Gaylord, Sarah Ford in Gaylord and Kalkaska. Sorry about that, James. We've been talking way too much sports already here today.
Yeah, a little Jalen Carter.
Well, yeah, we did.
Spitgate?
Yep, we did talk that for sure. But
how stupid am I?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
They're going to come up with a T-shirt with Jalen Carter's face on it. Stupid is as stupid does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
I saw a great tweet during the game that when the weather delay was kind of coming, but it wasn't there yet.
Right.
And it said that the meteorologist said that there's a little bit more spitting than normal in the forecast for Philadelphia area.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to start using little bits from it.
We didn't even talk about it, Rich, and maybe they heard, the officials on the field may have heard from the NFL, but the three egregious uncalled holding calls on the Eagles in the first series. I'm like, are we moving into the NBA area where we don't call traveling anymore? Because that one holding call was maybe the worst missed call I've seen in football in a while.
Yeah, it was brutal, James. I mean, so like you said, their reputation, the best offensive line in the league, and so we'll overlook a lot of things. But man, definitely that first drive or two, Philadelphia was holding like crazy.
Yeah, there was one later in the game too where one of their guards just grabbed one of the Cowboys defensive ends by the shoulder pads and dragged him down.
Yeah.
Right behind a run. So I mean, the guy might have made the play and everything. So that'll be interesting. There was also one where the Cowboys left tackle threw a punch and drilled the defensive end in the head at the end of a play, and that didn't get called either.
Well, it's the first game of the year.
Right.
He was kind of shucking the guy behind or past him, and as he went by, he just took a left haymaker and nailed him in the helmet.
That's why, yeah. The refs are going to go to the film too. They're going to look at it and go, went over the film. We missed a lot of calls. We'll be better next week. So, but hey,
I hope so. But I also don't want to see every ticky-tack holding call called.
I understand, but there's ticky-tack
and there's obvious,
and there's,
right.
Yeah. Sure.
But it'll be interesting because they grade each crew. We'll see what the grade comes out as. When they review that, hopefully the league makes note of it. But let's really talk about your Rich and yours first love, James. I think it's gambling now. Now you have a gambling show. Did I see on Facebook that you're
me?
Yeah.
No.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Oh, really? Yeah. I was going to say that is certainly not my area of any expertise at all.
You think that the thing with the newspaper where people where I pick NFL games?
Yeah. Okay, you didn't vote it. Yeah, you didn't pick it with point spreads. Okay. So.
No, there's no spreads. It's just I pick games, and then people try to get a better record than me, and the people that do get entered into a drawing for some prize.
Oh, okay. Cool. That's a
promo, not betting.
No, yeah, exactly.
Well, first of all, what the hell are they putting your face on it for?
Yeah, that's probably a bad decision. But.
Hey, James has been the voice or the written man of high school sports in Northern Michigan for how many years now?
I've been at the paper in the sports department since 2003.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the paper total since 2000.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
That's a long time. But
so James, where are you going tonight?
TC West.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
All right.
We're going to watch the Coast Guard Cup game.
Yeah, exactly.
Are they still providing wings?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Now we know why James is going.
They're taking good care of us up there in the press box again.
Mm-hmm.
They do. Yeah, James, so that Grand Haven game is the last one on the schedule for at least a few years here. They did not renew the contract or whatever to play again. So that, and then also it's going to be the DeKuyper night there as well.
Oh, yeah. And Grand Haven, outside of the Big North Conference teams, the former Big North Conference teams, and TC Central, of course, is actually TC West's most common opponent.
Oh, wow.
Over the years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty interesting. They played each other 17 times. This will be the 18th.
Isn't no, that's crazy for sure. And before we get too much, there is some high school news that affects the championship football games and basketball games that they typically televise on FanDuel Sports or Fox Sports, whatever it is. They're no longer going to do that. It's all going to be available on streaming services now. So they're no longer, so the games will be streamed through MHSAA or NFHS. You'll have to sign up for that, and there are obviously pay sites to go to that and do that. So no, isn't that something? So
we're not going to have the traditional Thanksgiving Friday and Saturday.
They'll still play the games, but they're not going to be on the TV anymore. You'll have to stream them on, again, MHSAA or the NFHS.
Well, and they're not even going to be Friday, Saturday this year. They're going to be Saturday. They're going to be Saturday, Sunday because of that Michigan State football game that's being played at Ford Field.
Right.
Okay, so they adjusted that. Yep. Gee, I tell you. Okay. So anyway, I just wanted to make sure people understood that. Look, moving forward here. A couple other games, real interesting tonight. Weather is going to play a big part of tonight's game. The wind is what's projected. 30, 40 mile an hour winds, James. So it'll make things interesting for sure. But
the kicking game.
Yes.
It's going to be the running game.
It will be ground and pound, baby. Benzie at Grayling tonight. I think this is a great opportunity for the Vikes to get their first win. Coach Mike Kosaski there trying to get that first. Benzie struggled last week. Grayling, played okay against Clare in their first game, so interesting matchup there.
Yeah, Benzie trying to get its first win under its new coach too, Brian Lark.
Yeah.
They lost, I believe, it was to Frankfurt, a pretty good Frankfurt team.
Sure.
Frankfurt traditionally pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Frankfurt turns around this week and plays Glen Lake, so that should be one of the good small school games up here. That should be one of the highlight ones there.
And we know that
pretty well last week against St. Francis, but St. Francis still.
We know Central's got a big bus ride ahead of them again tonight.
Yeah,
probably on the bus already.
Parma Western.
Yeah.
Now they're a Division IV team, so they're going down a couple of divisions to play Parma Western. So that's an interesting matchup there. Not a lot of bonus points with Division IV rivals.
They better win big.
When you're a Division II team, right?
Yeah, they better go full Novi on them.
Yeah, that's for sure. Hey, James, two games that really interest me is Gaylord at Kingsley. That's going to be an interesting matchup there. Kingsley stepping up a couple of divisions. Gaylord with their new coach.
Kingsley smacked them around last year.
Yeah. This has been a pretty good series. They've played the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And those are the only times they've ever played. It's been, the last 3 years and then this one. Gaylord's won 2 of those 3, but those 2 that Gaylord won were both close.
Yeah.
By a total, I think, of 4 points. And and then Kingsley won last year.
Is that should be?
It's at Kingsley.
Oh, really?
Yes. At Kingsley.
Yeah, it's at Kingsley this year. It was at Gaylord last year.
Okay.
Yeah, and one other one too, Traverse City St. Francis at Ogama Heights.
Yeah, that we'll find out a little bit about Ogama Heights. I mean, for the last few years, they have been bulldog tough.
Yes.
But will that still be the case? Because this is a really improved, hungry St. Francis team.
Yeah, I've heard Ogama should be just about as good as last year.
Okay.
They're one of the teams to contend with. But that's coming from people at St. Francis who are talking them up. But I think that Ogama Heights is going to be pretty solid this year. They do have quite a bit back from that team.
Okay, there you go.
So they've only played, I think, 4 times before.
Yeah.
But this used to be a conference game for St. Francis until Ogama left for the Jack Pine Conference last year.
Well, St. Francis isn't even in a conference now, right?
They're still in that
football. They are
in football. Northern Michigan Football League with Grayling, Kingsley, Boyne, all that. Yeah, but it's the other sports, isn't it, James?
Yeah, it's all the other sports where they don't have a conference.
Gotcha.
Football is the only one really where they do.
I don't understand that. I thought they wanted to kick them out because of the dominance in football.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because I think next year the Northern Shores is going to start up football. is going to have its own conference in football, so that'll shake up the Northern Michigan Football Conference if that happens.
Yeah,
I don't know really much details on it or anything, but that'll shake things up with the Northern Michigan.
I love administrators. They're just doing a bang up job.
Yeah. The only constant is change.
Yes.
That is for sure.
I don't think the Northern Michigan Football Conference has had the same lineup in consecutive years.
It's crazy.
I think that's actually accurate. That somebody has gone or left every year.
That is crazy.
That's hokey.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, it's just teams joining conferences. Ogama joining, leaving, the Sioux joining, and then going to the Big North.
Right.
All these different schools and schools moving from divisions to divisions and stuff.
Well, I understand schools having to change divisions or going to 8-man. You got reduced. That makes sense.
Sure.
Just willy-nilly jumping conferences or. It's
you never build up rivalries. You never build any of that stuff. There's no continuity to anything. I agree. Yeah, let's do it.
The one thing I want to ask you guys about, and Rich, I don't know, you probably don't have the full schedule, but I think for the first time since we've been doing this show, every team in the Saginaw Valley won their game. They're all 1-0.
I know it.
And so I'm interested to see if that continues this week, and we're going to have like a super conference. Coming up this year.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to find out.
The only team that lost was Traverse City West.
Yeah. And we go down to Bay City Central next week.
Yeah.
So we'll go down to that old stadium right downtown Bay City, and we're going to find out what's going on.
Yeah, they still wear the other helmets there.
The helmets are all. They've had some huge concerts back in the 70s. I mean, they've got pictures. It's just really cool of all the things that's been hosted at that stadium.
They have the tunnel in the back where they used to have the chariot races.
Yes, that's exactly right. Where did the Lions come out of? Yeah, so that's definitely.
That's it. That's my only comment the whole rest of the show.
Nope. Literally that old cement stadium is just 2 to 3 yards off of the playing surface.
Oh, I know.
I mean, it is just you got to be really careful. You don't sell out on in the back of the end zones on the sidelines because it is so close.
St. Mary's played down there when they were still in 11-man. That stadium's wild.
Yeah, it is for sure. James, any other games you got your eye on?
Well, we got you got the TC ones. I think that Frankfurt Glen Lake one is just going to be one of the better games in the area. Really, I just see that as being one of those for that division in the Northern Michigan Football Conference to see who's going to step up early in that division between Frankfurt and Glen Lake. Glen Lake looked pretty good against St. Francis. Obviously that's a step up of 2 divisions for Glen Lake.
Yeah.
So playing in their own division into Division 8, I think that they'll do very well. They've got some pretty good size on the line. They've got a couple of good, really good running backs, and they got a pretty solid defense. They got 2 really good, like all-state level linebackers on that team. So they should be a team that'll be pretty good down the road.
Who is St. Mary's got?
Oh, who does St. Mary's have?
Central Lake.
Central Lake, that's right. Yeah.
That should be a win.
Fighting Kevin O'Connell's? Yes.
The anybody else you got it? Did we talk about Cadillac at all? Did they won their first game?
We did not talk about Cadillac at all, James.
Yeah. No, they lost their first game, but I'm trying to remember who it was against. It was against one of the Midland schools, I think, or somebody.
Okay.
It was against a pretty good opponent, but that was the game where they threw the ball 43 times.
Okay, yeah. So did talk about that. That's right.
That was that Thursday game last week, so we were able to talk that one on last Friday. But they go to Escanaba this week, so they're already been on the road for
Escanaba in the moonlight.
That's right.
While Rich looks up some of our other games, I want to give thanks to the good folks at Sarah Ford in Kalkaska and Gaylord. They have been happily serving car buyers from Traverse City, Roscommon, and Grayling with the highest quality new and used vehicles for many years. They have a vast selection of Ford models that you're looking for, to the latest F-150s, Escapes, Explorers, Bronco Sport, and Ranger available, and they'll buy your car whether you're getting a new one or not. Visit Sarah Ford of Kalkaska and Gaylord. Rich?
Yeah. Hey, remember we talked about Petoskey early in the year, how they lost every single starter off of that lineup? They actually got a win against Greenville on the road last week, 21-13.
Good job, Coach.
And they play Bay City Western this week. So again, a team that the Saginaw Valley League team. So what a start for Petoskey when you literally lose every starter, James.
Yeah, that was a nice win. Yeah, they go to Western, like you said, tonight. Another one that's interesting is Harbor Springs at Mansalona. Harbor Springs won their first game in, I don't know, 3 or 4 years?
Yes. Yeah.
In week one.
Really?
It was like
they got a new
60
coach this
games
year,
or something.
Eric Slifka. And
they had
so
lost 60 in a row? Yes. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was, Harbor. Yeah. I remember seeing a report about that. Yeah, the senior kids especially, were so excited to get that first win.
Oh,
I mean, that's a tough road to hoe there for sure.
Goodness.
Yeah, they beat Morley Stanwood 18-16.
Then
they travel to Mansalona this week.
The Iron Men.
Well, who won last week?
Yeah,
Mansalona won.
Yeah.
Mansalona won last week as well.
Yeah. No.
Yep. It was funny because this summer I was interviewing a kid from East Jordan for our Athlete of the Year article, and he's like, I don't know why we aren't the Iron Men. He's like, we're East Jordan,
Think about Iron Works, yeah.
Well, they could be called the manhole covers. What is the East Jordan? Are they of the Lakers? What is
Red Devils?
Red Devils. Yeah. The East Jordan Red Devils.
I'm sure there's a logic behind that name somewhere.
Somehow, somewhere. But
the Satan worshipers.
Never wanted associated with that.
No.
But another game I wanted to point out, Mark Jarsfer, head coach at Gladwin, they took one on the chin last week, but they travel down to Spring Lake this week. Spring Lake down right on the shores of Lake Michigan there. Heading down towards Manistee and Ludington and those areas. So good luck to Jarsfer.
Yep. Rich, you have our lineup for tomorrow. You already have our 4 coaches all set, or?
Samantha Mullet from Bear Lake is going to be with us. Josh Sellers from Traverse City St. Francis.
Okay.
Have Josh come on and one more and stuff, and we were going to discuss it when we were.
Okay, that's fine. I thought you were.
Yep.
The kid, the quarterback. Yeah. This is amazing. I don't know if you saw this stat line, James.
It's so ridiculous.
The quarterback for Bear Lake had a season.
Grady Harless.
Listen to this.
Yeah.
Did you see this, James?
I think I saw how many touchdowns he scored.
Okay, this is what it broke down. 10 carries for 151 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 2-point conversion. Throwing the ball, 6 of 8, 126 yards, 2 TDs, and he threw for a 2-point conversion. Defensively, 4 tackles, tackle for loss, 2 INTs, and a fumble recovery. He had 9 kick returns for 351 yards with a long of 48. So
then he collected the 50-50 at halftime.
Yes.
And gave it to himself.
That kid slept well that night.
Yeah, he sold popcorn at halftime.
Yes.
That's right.
I mean, holy cow.
That kid is, that's my career. Not even. He bested my high school football career in one game.
No, that was impressive.
Yeah, they play tomorrow night. So they play Sutton's Bay in a Saturday night game.
Oh, it is Saturday. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yakima and Marion are doing the same thing, where they play a Saturday night game.
Well, with the Kansas City Chiefs playing the Chargers tonight, you might as well move your games into Saturday. Jesus. Yeah. James, you and Rich can share some wings in the booth tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I will for sure.
All right, quick thoughts on the Lions. You like them to beat the Packers?
I think so. It sounds like Micah Parsons will be limited if he plays because he's got a back injury where they're going to try to have to give him some kind of injection before the game.
Even if he was 100% healthy, I think it'd be irresponsible of the Packers to play a full set of downs with him. So.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he is a 245-pound defensive end, so he's not the biggest defensive end in the world, and the Lions are just going to run right at him whenever he's in running downs.
The thing that, very quickly, we didn't talk about this earlier, I think Aiden Hutchinson is going to have a game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He likes playing at Lambeau. He's
I'm
at
just
monster
telling
games.
you, I've heard, the stories coming out of camp is that they kept telling him to take it easy, and he didn't, so they started running plays the opposite. It's just
they had the Hutch rules where he had to back off a little bit because he was disrupted every single play.
Yeah, they weren't getting anything done.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think he's poised to have a huge year.
Yeah. The Hutch rule thing was where that if he got a sack during a game, or during a play, they would continue the play. Because otherwise, Campbell said they wouldn't get anything done.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Keep going. Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you're in middle school and one of the kids, I told you, what was his name? Leduc, Randy Leduc. I had a kid in 8th grade at Our Lady Queen of Martyrs who was already shaving, driving. Right. He had a gun in his locker, and because we had a weight limit, he didn't wear shoulder pads. We put tissue paper to look like he had shoulder pads
because it would be
and he was so dominant that we only played him like it's 4th and 25. Bring in Leduc and just run down the middle of the field. Guys bouncing off of him like Fat Albert. I mean, it was just that's Hutchinson this year.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. I was down at the joint practice a couple weeks ago when they played the Dolphins. And when they did the ones versus the ones in that joint practice, I felt so sorry for that poor right tackle because the Lions put Hutchinson on the left side of the D line for a play or for a series, and he just dog walked that right tackle right into Tua's lap on every play. Just bull rushed him every time. Didn't try to go around him or anything like that. Just bull rushed him, got into his chest, and just walked him into Tua's lap.
Well, let's hope for a healthy Aiden Hutchinson all year long.
Amen.
Yeah.
To that.
All right, James, we'll be checking you out next week. Enjoy high school football.
I will do that.
See you tonight, James.
All right, thank you. Bye.
All right, there you go.
Yep. Always good to get James Cook's perspective on the high school schedule.
He does a fine job, and I don't know where we do this show without him.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's going to do it for us. We want to give all thanks to the good folks at Sarah Ford in Kalkaska and Gaylord for allowing us to present the upcoming games for the high school slate here in northern Michigan. And Rich, enjoy your game tonight.
Looking forward to it.
If you want to see Rich, you want to see the game,
right?
The Traverse City West game, then just go to Up North Sports Radio's Facebook page, and you get great camera views and great commentary by Rich and JJ.
Yep, going to be fun. And you and I will be right back here tomorrow morning to go over all the scores.
10 a.m., yep, we will do the high school scoreboard show, which is brought to us by Jim Wiernick. Thank you for listening, and we'll head back over to Infinity Sports.
For Oklahoma, it would be, or at least it could be if they can win.
They definitely should be the more desperate team in this matchup. Brent Venables.
So desperate.
Right.
I feel good about Michigan. I don't know if I feel great about them this year, but I don't have a sense of any impending doom, sky is falling for Michigan on a 3-year timeline, say. I 100% have that for Oklahoma.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's go closer to home, Bill, because guess what's back?
Talk to me.
The border war.
Oh, I covered this back when this was 1 versus 2 back in the day.
In Arrowhead, right?
Chase Daniel, it was amazing. It was
Todd
amazing.
Racing? Man,
a long time ago.
Bringing you back.
Wow. Did you just pull Todd Reesing out?
You like that?
How old were you back then?
I was
9? 15?
13.
13. Good for
13.
you.
Mark Mangino.
Look, let's give you a bye.
Okay.
Know your stuff.
Missouri, if you don't know what we're talking about, is hosting Kansas for the first time since 2011. This is also the first time this game is featured on a home campus since 2006. The Jayhawks enter this game 6.5-point road favorites. These two do not like each other, Bill. So buy or sell. This is the best rivalry in college football that no one talks about.
100%.
Buy.
It's the best rivalry in America no one talks about. Just a quick history lesson. I'm going to give you a quick history lesson. In the Civil War, the border states were really contentious places, and Missouri and Kansas were on opposite sides of the Confederate Union divide, but it really broke down to county versus county, and there was a massacre that is disputed who started it involving Jayhawkers and people from Missouri. And when this game happens, people still talk about it. I mean, there is a crazy historical hatred between these states that bubbles back up when they used to every year, obviously, when they were both in the same conference, play each other in basketball and football. So it is for people in the area, it's a massive rivalry, and I love it.
Let's go from one heated rivalry to another.
Okay.
In the state of Iowa.
Wow.
As Iowa State is hosting Iowa in the Cyhawk game. Iowa State right now 3.5-point favorites. History is not on the Cyclone side. They have lost 7 out of the last 9 matchups against the Hawkeyes. They haven't beat Iowa State, that is. They have not beat Iowa at home, Bill, since 2011. And they play every year. It's been a rivalry dominated by the Hawkeyes. Buy or sell. Iowa State at home beats the Hawkeyes.
Buy. Here's why. Have you ever heard of, do you know what the Mandela effect is?
I've heard of it. Can I tell you what it is?
It's people in mass misremembering things, being convinced of certain, it's called the Mandela effect because there's a bunch of people, tens of thousands, millions of people who think Nelson Mandela died in prison. And there are theories about it. Maybe it's just alternate universes or the particle accelerator, or maybe it's just a bunch of people who don't remember things properly. This is one for me because in my memory, Iowa State beats Iowa every single time they play each other. Those stats do not jive with my memory. Some of that is probably because Iowa actually beats them a lot, but whenever the season matters, and sometimes this is in retrospect, Iowa State beats Iowa. And I'm an Iowa fan if I'm choosing between the two programs. I'm from the state, as people know. Or maybe they don't know, but I bring it up all the time. People get annoyed, tough bleep. That's the Mandela effect. Buy or sell, the Mandela effect. They're like Bernstein Bears is misspelled. There's all kinds of examples. Buy or sell, the Mandela effect is clearly because of alternate universes.
Sell.
It's the wrong answer, but it's okay. I'm not mad at you.
Maybe we'll find the right answer here, Bill. A change is coming to college football potentially as soon as next year. As it came out this week, the NCAA Football Oversight Committee voted to approve a singular 10-day transfer portal window for college football that would open on January 2nd. Right now, currently, there are 2 portal windows for college football players to enter, a 20-day window in December and a 10-day window in April. Buy or sell? One transfer portal window is better for college football moving forward.
So, okay, I'm going to buy, and I'm interested in your view as well. Yes, I think so. Absolutely. I will say that one of the sort of things I did not anticipate about college football's changes, which I supported, and I still think in the sort of macro view are the right ones, are all the unintended consequences. Sometimes you don't understand how things are going to impact the world, in this case football, until you get into it. That makes sense to me. I'm sure there will be a bunch of unintended consequences of this we're not anticipating. I don't know what they are yet. But yeah, aren't you with me that simplifying, shortening, minimizing how long this goes on, maybe trying to stabilize as a result is a good idea?
100%.
Yeah.
The only issue I would have here is just putting it later in the, if this is true, January 2nd, that's still right in the middle of the college football playoff.
That's the thing is what is the harm in doing it in March?
February.
Do you think it's tied at all to students just wanting? Because we think of college players as professionals. We never think of them as students. But if you're a student and you want to transfer colleges, you probably want to do it before the new semester starts.
That's what I think it is.
Yeah.
Which, yes,
I know.
They are, but it's also at the same time
rather not, right.
Let's not they're taking classes on, if they can't, let's just say you did it February 1st, when the season's over, everyone, if they enroll in classes on February 10th, you'll find a way to,
Universities back in the day found a way to get them bags of money. I think they'll be able to find ways to get them into History 101.
They're all summertime. They could take summer classes. They work out
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Let's go to the NFL, Bill.
Okay.
Let's start with the game last night. Cowboys, in their first game, Micah Parsons fell short, losing to the Eagles 24-20. After allowing Philly to score touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, the Cowboys defense held the Eagles to just a field goal the rest of the way. Post-game, Jerry Jones was asked if the defense missed Micah Parsons. Here's his answer.
Well, anytime you have a great player and don't have him out there on the field. But I specifically was watching a lot of the guys that were taking up the slack or might have been in the spot. 54 had some really significant impact on their offense. And so all in all, this group adjusted, made the adjustments. We stepped up in the second half on defense.
Just for context, 54 is Sam Williams, defensive lineman. Buy or sell, Bill? The Cowboys win this game if they had Micah Parsons.
Man, you hot take question me. You hot take me.
Had to.
This one's got Tabasco on it. Sure, buy. Why not?
Buy.
Maybe. Would you buy this? What would you buy or sell this?
Sell.
Wow.
Micah's not going to help CD's drops. That's what I'll say.
That's fair.
Unless he plays both ways somehow, like Travis Hunter.
That was hard to watch.
That was shocking and hard, to say the least.
I don't know, buy or sell. Based on one game, you're comfortable saying the Cowboys paid the wrong guy.
Buy.
I mean, that's what I kept thinking.
Oh, Jerry, the gift that keeps on giving, except to Cowboys fans. 2 more questions, Bill, so we'll squeeze them really quick here with a little.
It's time for no context buy or sell.
Buy or sell, you are already concerned about the health of Christian McCaffrey.
Buy.
Buy.
In fairness, I would buy that question every year for the last 7 years.
That is one that does not need any context.
It doesn't.
No matter what the year is, that's for sure. And how about this? Buy or sell? The Bills will beat the Ravens and prove Nick Costos wrong.
Yeah, Nick went really hard on that, didn't he?
Love ball. I mean, he said Baltimore may be ugly. Loves.
I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna buy. I like Buffalo. And he sort of said this at the start of his explanation. Josh Allen is probably the second most important football player in the National Football League, and how you want to define best is. But outside of Mahomes, I'm not sure there's anybody I would trust more. Which is crazy because he can't get past the guy. It's so unfair. I mean, Lamar does it to himself. Patrick just does it to Josh Allen now. Josh Allen has been blameless in the last few heartbreaks.
He's not been the problem in Buffalo.
He hasn't been. He's been the solution. He's just not enough of a solution because that Mahomes guy's out there. Are we done? Is that it?
That is it.
All right. Very excited for Bum of the Week, for which Ryan Hickey's been nominated by Nick Costos. Can someone else beat him out? We will. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out after a Sports Flash from Andrew Bogish.
Infinity Sports Network. Sports Flash.
Bill, your Sports Flash is sponsored by Prize Picks. Don't miss any of the action this football season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Download Prize Picks and use code PRIMETIME and get a $50 bonus credit instantly when you play $5. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details. Opening night in Philly went off the rails immediately with Jalen Carter spitting on Dak Prescott before the first snap of the game and getting ejected.
I've made a promise to them boys. It won't happen again.
Nick Sirianni said any team discipline for Carter will be handled privately. The league may add on a fine. Without Carter, the Eagles pitched a second-half shutout while navigating a 1-hour weather delay in the third quarter to get a 24-20 win. All 3 Eagle touchdowns came on the ground, 2 of them from QB Jalen Hurts. The Yankees 8-4 winners in Houston last night. They've now won 9 of 11 and trailed the Blue Jays by 3 games in the AL East. And the U.S. Open women's semifinals were last night. Top-seeded Arina Sabalenka fought off Jessica Pegula, and Amanda Anisimova won a 3-set thriller with Naomi Osaka. Their final is tomorrow. I'm Andrew Bogish.
This is JR from the JR Sport Brief. Get all your sports talk here on the Infinity Sports Network. Always available on the free Odyssey app.
Save now on the products you need for your vehicle at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Mix and match O'Reilly Brake Parts Cleaner or O'Reilly Carburetor Cleaner and get 2 cans for $7. Our professional parts people can help you find all the parts and supplies you need for your vehicle. Visit your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Parts.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them. We've got you covered with outdoor power equipment from Cobalt and everything you need to weatherproof your deck with Trex decking. Plus, with lawn care from Scott's and, of course, Pit Boss grills and accessories, you can get a home field advantage all season long. So get to Lowe's, get it done, and earn your Sunday. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There is a tremendous price war in the term life industry. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new